So now we go forward to see what exactly is God. Now in also Genesis chapter 5 verse 17 to 21 of the New International Version, Abraham, the man I call Yahbram, you call him Abraham. That is the correct name. The name is Bram. When the Lord God of Israel asked him that he will give him a land that his descendants will live on it, he doubted it. And therefore the Lord asked him to perform a ritual, that is sacrifice, that will prove to Abraham, to prove to Bram that really it is going to take place. And when Bram has done all the sacrifice, he says, when the sun has set and darkness has fallen, a smoking fire pot with a blazing torch appeared and passed between the pieces. On that day, the Lord made a covenant with Bram and said, to your descendants, I give this land, from the Wadi of Egypt to the great river Euphrates, the land of the Kenites, Kenizzites, Kadmonites, Hittites, Perizzites, Rephaites, Ammonites, Canaanites, Girgashites, and then Jebusites. According to the Hebrew God, he will give this land to his people, that is the descendants of Yahbram, the one you call Abraham. Okay, now let's see how the thing happened. From there we can know. You say, when the sun has set and darkness has fallen, a smoking fire pot with a blazing torch appeared and passed between the pieces. What is the blazing torch? Let's see what God was talking about.
Genesis 15. The Lord's covenant with Abraham. After this, the word of the Lord came to Abraham in a vision. Do not be afraid, Abraham. I am your shield, your very great reward. Verse 9. So the Lord said to him, bring me a heifer, a goat and a ram, each 3 years old, along with a dove and a young pigeon. Abraham brought all these to him, cut them in two, and arranged the halves opposite each other. The best, however, he did not cut in half. Then birds of prey came down on the carcasses, but Abraham drove them away. As the sun was setting, Abraham fell into a deep sleep, and a thick and dreadful darkness came over him. Verse 14. But I'll punish the nation they serve as slaves, and afterwards they will come out with great possession. You, however, you will go to your ancestors in peace and be buried at a good old age. Verse 17. When the sun has set and darkness has fallen, a smoking fire pot with a blazing torch appeared and passed between the pieces. On that day, the Lord made a covenant with Abraham and said, to your descendants I have given this land, from the river of Egypt to the great river Euphrates, the land of the Kenites, the Kenizzites, and the Cammonites, the Hittites, the Perizzites, and the Rephaites, the Amorites, the Canaanites, the Girgashites, and the Jebusites. Genesis 15. The Lord's covenant.
Yeah, now we have all seen what the Bible was talking about. That when Abraham sacrificed to the Lord, there was a smoking fire pot that came in the middle of the night and passed between the pieces, just to prove to Yahbram that God will do as he promised. You see, now we have all seen what it means. And let's see, what exactly is this smoking fire pot? What is the significance of this smoking fire pot? I think we have to see. Now the writings comes here and it says, a smoking fire pot with a blazing torch signifies the presence of God. You see, a smoking fire pot with a blazing torch signifies the presence of the Hebrew God. So what is God? Now, symbolizing the presence of God. So what is God exactly? This is what I intend to do so that people who mention God will know exactly what is meant by God. Yes, we have all seen it for ourselves, and it has justified here. It has given the definition of the smoking fire pot, what it represents, and it says the smoking fire pot signifies the presence of God. So many people who speak about God, pastors, imams, and all those people, do they really know what exactly is God? That is why I've taken it upon myself to break it down for people, to watch it and see when we talk about God. This is exactly what is God. Okay, now let's go on.